We first saw Black Panther in the movie Civil War. The character had a major role in the movie and was well promoted. The character's solo movie was also enjoyable. Great costumes, energetic music, and Chadwick Boseman's acting made me happy. Also, the villain of the movie was very good compared to the Marvel movies. The villain thinks that Wakanda, which hides itself from the world because of its high technology, should not do this anymore. He wants Wakanda to rule the world. While this was a good conflict, the movie soon turned into a classic Marvel action movie and failed to rank among the best of its kind. However, the movie became a very important cultural film the moment it was released. After the first movie hit the box office like crazy, the second movie was also immediately approved. Then we saw the character in the Infinity War and Endgame movies. Black Panther would most likely be the leader of the team in the next Avengers movie. But months before the start of filming for the second movie, we learned that Chadwick Boseman had lost his long secret battle against colon cancer. The actor did not tell anyone about his condition, except for a few people, and despite being tired due to his illness, he did his best. After the events, the director of the first movie, Ryan Coogler, decided to shoot the second movie despite everything. He actually wrote the second movie thinking that Chadwick Boseman would live. Coogler quickly changed this scenario. And he made Shuri the focus of the movie. And the second movie of the series Wakanda Forever was released on November 11, 2022. The movie lasts 2 hours and 40 minutes and tells us two different main stories. The first are the Chadwick Boseman episodes. The character is neither reanimated with visual effects nor is he replaced by another actor. We learn from the very first scene that the Black Panther died unexpectedly. Normally, in Marvel movies, it doesn't make much sense for characters to die, as killed characters are easily brought back. But Black Panther really dies in this movie. Events greatly affect Shuri, who dedicates herself to science and thinks she can find a solution to everything. In the first movie, the energy of the scenes where Chadwick Boseman and Letitia Wright were together was very easy to pass on to the audience. In this movie, we see Shuri alone, and much of the story focuses on the character's attempt to grieve. It was strange for me to watch the mourning scenes in the movie. After all, actors have really lost their friends. We don't understand whether they are acting in these scenes or showing their own emotions. I'm not saying we need to understand this. Just watching the movie, I wondered for a long time how the actors felt playing these scenes. The second part of the movie introduces the character of Namor. Namor had an important role in the first version of the script as well. I guess that's why the movie is so long. Normally the story would tell about the Black Panther and Namor, now it tells about the Black Panther's death and Namor. This movie is different from Marvel's recent works. You get the feeling that you are watching a normal movie, especially at the beginning. The film progresses without making fun of anything and takes itself seriously. Audiences accustomed to the classic Marvel movies may get bored with the seriousness and length of the movie. Of course, the movie has classic Marvel fun. It's impossible for Marvel to make a movie without straight action sequences. In Black Panther 2, these scenes come at the end of the movie. Of course, whether this is good or bad is debatable. People who expect classic fun Marvel scenes from the movie will most likely be bored for the first 2 hours of the movie, and not care about the action at the end. Those who are satisfied with the serious and calm progress of the movie will be bored by these action scenes. I got pretty bored at the end of the story and thought that the events that were solemnly described throughout the whole movie were resolved quickly and funny. Of course, that's not the only problem with the movie. Although the movie takes itself seriously at first, the story often does not progress smoothly. Sometimes too much time is spent promoting the next Marvel movie and series. When you think about it, it is very difficult for a movie to continue the Marvel story, introduce a new villain, and say goodbye to its main character. That's why it's impossible for the movie to be so good. Although I like the way Riri Williams is connected to the story, which we will watch in the Ironheart series in the future, I did not find it logical to include the character in the movie. They put the character in front of us without introducing it, and the character already looks so strong and smooth. Let's see if there's anything in the series that she needs to solve or overcome. By the way, I dislike the character's armor. Also, some scenes in the movie seem to move too slowly to me. Sometimes they talk about things that the audience could easily understand if they showed them. Also, I wanted to see more of Wakanda in the second movie. I was wondering what people are doing in this technologically advanced country. But instead we see the only street we saw in the first movie. So what did I enjoy in the movie? The costumes and music were great, just like in the first movie. Especially the music made me extremely nervous from time to time. The villains may have seemed more frightening to me than they were just because of the music. As in the first movie, Winston Duke, who had a minor role in this movie, was also impressive. I hope we see more of this funny guy in future movies. The way the Namor story in the movie was connected to Wakanda was also not bad at first glance. I really liked the scenes without dialogue in the movie where the underground city is shown. Now I want to talk about some spoilers. As you know, the movie starts with the Western countries looking for the mine in other places because Wakanda did not give them vibranium. Then a ship finds vibranium outside of Wakanda. And Namor's people are killing everyone on the ship. Then Namor goes to Wakanda and tells to Shuri and her mother what happened. The guy says that there is a scientist who found vibranium search technology and that the people of Wakanda need to find this scientist and bring her to him, otherwise bad things will happen. So Shuri and Okoye travel to America, locate a scientist, and decide to accompany her to Wakanda to protect her. The person they call this scientist is Riri Williams, a university student. While they are trying to take her to Wakanda, Namor's water people come and kidnap Shuri and Riri. I don't understand why Namor wants to kidnap Riri here. This girl discovered this vibranium search device for her homework, and the CIA stole her plans without her knowledge. Namor's abduction of Riri won't change anything. While I was watching the movie, I thought it logical that Namor wanted to abduct Riri. But after the movie, when I thought about the story a little bit, it just didn't make sense. Perhaps there is something I overlook. I would be happy if you wrote your thoughts in the comments. It also seemed ridiculous to me that Namor declared war on Wakanda at the end of the movie but then suddenly said yes to uniting with Wakanda after losing the fight with Shuri. The story asks us to look at what Shuri thinks, not what Namor thinks. It was good that Shuri wanted to kill a man to avenge her mother but didn't do it. But then I didn't understand why Namor suddenly decided to stop the war. The movie introduced us to the character, showed the differences between Shuri and him. Namor went and killed Shuri's mother, then turned Wakanda upside down. But when Shuri beat him, he said, "Okay, I'm going home." First of all, I don't understand how Shuri is convinced that the man is saying this. The completion of events in this way did not satisfy me at all. I may have missed something here. If something like that happens again, I would appreciate it if you wrote about it in the comments. I'm also not sure why they had to make Namor evil in the first film. Maybe it would have been more impressive if our friends had united and fought against the West in this movie, and then started to clash among themselves. Thanks to everyone who liked the video and subscribed to the channel.